What is going on, YouTube? So, I just got done watching the Wolf of Wall Street Bets interview with Jordan Belfort and Trey Trades. And, I watched it twice. And I kind of wanted just to come on here and give just a little recap on my thoughts on what I think about the interview, what I think about Trey, what I think about, Jordan Belfort, AKA the Wolf of Wall Street, or whatever he goes by now, Wall Street, whatever, you know. But first off, I got to give a lot of props and a lot of respect to Trey. First things first, Trey is an animal. This guy is a beast. The amount of work that he puts in, the amount of hours that he's doing on due diligence, and the amount of research that he's done on AMC and for the community with the videos that he's made, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Um, Trey's a great guy, really humble guy, and very, very authentic. Okay. Regardless of age, 23 years old, I believe he said, regardless of age, he does have a lot of knowledge when it comes to the videos that he's producing and the content that he's putting out. So nothing but respect to Trey for everything that he's done. Honestly, for the ape community and the AMC community, the Wall Street Bets community, this whole GameStop community. Um, but let's just lay it on the line. Let's lay everything out on the line here. Let's kind of just recap this video a little bit. I'll just give a little bit of my input and my thoughts because, you know, I'm just going through and reading like a ton of comments. Just, like honestly, like a lot of bull, like a lot of bull. Okay. A lot of people that are disappointed in the interview, a lot of people that are, why did you pay him $10,000 to come on? He hustled you, blah, 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 blah. He's, got the gift of gab, this, that, and the other, which, yeah, let's not twist anything around. Jordan Belfort, he definitely is a salesman. Everybody already kind of knows that. He's a very smooth talker. Um, but there's like pros and cons to everything. I see both sides. You have to take everything into consideration, okay? So a lot of the research and the due diligence that Trey has done with, manipulation and the short shares and the manipulation, yada yada, so forth and so forth. Um, he's done a ton of research on that. A lot of people are upset that he really didn't press Jordan Belfort on, are they manipulating the stock? Are they selling synthetic shares? This, that, and the other, saying that he wasted his money and all this other crap. To be honest, at the end of the day, here's my opinion. For all of you people out there that are writing these negative comments and saying that it was a waste of time and he got scammed out of 10 G's or whatever, then you go pay 10 G's. You call up Jordan Belfort's assistant. You drop the 10 G's down. You go ahead and make a video or a podcast or an interview with JB and see what he has to say. And you press him. I believe that Trey made a video and made content on what he wanted to ask. I believe that he did ask the right questions in the beginning. I do believe that, Jordan Belfort not tippy-toed around, but gave a generalization, just a general answer to the question. A lot of people are saying that he was talking more about GameStop, that GameStop is overvalued, AMC is overvalued. Let's look at it this way. GameStop is overvalued. Everybody knows that. If you do not think that GameStop is overvalued, you're crazy. If you do not think that AMC on the run up, the first initial squeeze that it had, quote unquote, during pandemic, the run up to $23, $24, which is a little bit higher than, previous COVID prices, was overvalued, you're crazy. So there's two ways to look at this. The first way you can look at this is to really sit back and ask yourself, why are you in this trade? Okay. There's a couple of reasons why you're in this trade with AMC. You absolutely believe in AMC as a company. You absolutely believe in AMC's future, and you want to invest for the long term, good or bad. Whether this stock sees $2, $3 again, or whether it sees $5 again, or whether it skyrockets to $500, skyrockets to $90, skyrockets to $1,000. I've heard so many crazy ideas of where this price can go, how big the short interest is, how much this can squeeze. Throw all that nonsense out the window. Are you investing because you believe in AMC and because you believe that the fundamentals of the company are strong as soon as we get out of this pandemic and things do go back to normal? You're expecting them to do great things and make a lot of money. Then all of this stuff is irrelevant. What the Wolf of Wall Street said is irrelevant. What Trey is spending countless hours researching is irrelevant to you. Put your money in, look away. Come back next year and see if your thesis of being a long-term investor is correct. Okay. 2, if you're a person that's trying to, buy 1,000 shares, buy 100 shares, wake up in the morning and see this thing squeeze to 500, you're in it for all of the wrong reasons. All of the wrong reasons. Because AMC has kind of been teeter-tottering. It's got as high as $14 recently, dipped back down to 13, seen 11, seen 10. They dropped this thing all the way down to 9. And then it's kind of just been, whether you want to call it consolidation, whether you want to call it being sold off in a slow manner, stair-stepping its way down, whatever you want to call it. But if you're a trader, so like for me, example, I'm a day trader / short-term swing trader. So for me, all of the short interest and trying to figure out whether this stock is being manipulated, whether trying to figure out if there's synthetic shares out there and this thing is going to squeeze, that's not my game. Have I traded AMC? Yes, I did. I traded AMC on the first squeeze when I started seeing all of the chitter chatter on Wall Street Bets, and I started, stock twits. Everyone's talking about this thing, and I'm like, hey, you know what? This stock is at $3 and I think a quarter, 3 and a quarter. Let me buy a couple of call options. Nothing big, nothing major. I think I bought 2 call options and I bought 50 shares, right? Small time in it. Because for me, I was buying it out of speculation and as a lottery ticket. Hey, if this thing wakes up, maybe it goes to 6, maybe it goes to 7, maybe this thing doubles, maybe it sees 5. I'll come out, I'll make a few $100 on the trade. I'll move along, get back into, other stocks that I normally trade. Lo and behold, wake up the next morning, pre-market, this thing is $19. $19. I think I was up like 3,500 or 4,200 or something like that. That's the first day, that Robinhood halted like selling and all this nonsense that they did. And then, the stock was halted a few times going up. I think it touched all the way to 23 or 24, something like that. I was trying to hit the sell button at 19, 20, 21. As soon as pre-market was open, I was selling my shares. Okay. I was like unloading these things. Why? Because I was up like $1,800 on like 50 shares, right? Why wouldn't I? The stock was $3. It's now at $19. Market opens, this thing starts going up to 23, and then all of trading is just halted. So I can't get out of my call options. Next thing you know, the circuit breakers open back up, and this thing's like at 17, 16, and I'm trying to sell. And I use TD Ameritrade, and we had a little bit of a problem, but not like a major problem. But like I was trying to get out of the trade just because of the fact that I'm like, this thing's coming all the way back down to 3. Let me lock in this profits. I ended up locking in like $3,500 or like $4,200 out of the trade. Now, for me as a trader, I cannot complain about that. Like, I mean, you buy a stock, I put like whatever, $500 in worth of shares and another couple $100 in worth of options contracts. And I walked away with like $3,000 profit, profit after what I put into it. So for me, I can't complain. I did catch it on the second move. I did buy at 5. It sat there for a week. It didn't do anything. I sold off my contracts probably for a loss. Like I lost like a couple $100. Again, played with a couple of contracts because here's the name of the game. For me, and everybody's different. And that's where you have to identify. Are you a long-term investor? None of this stuff matters. None of this stuff matters. Okay. Are you a day trader? Then you're looking for, momentum. You're looking for volume. You're looking, at chart patterns, this, that, and the other. Are you a swing trader? Then you're looking for catalyst. You're looking for catalyst. You're also looking for good setups. You're looking for, support at the moving average lines. You're looking for breakout patterns, this, that, and the other. And you're trying to catch those moves, whether it be an overnight hold, whether it be a week swing trade, a month swing trade, a 6-month swing trade, whatever the case may be. So, I kind of busted out of that second one. And then Monday rolls around, the stock's at $10. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Haven't played it ever since. I did miss the run up from 11 to 14, but it's recently have sold off a little bit. Where do I think that the stock is going? I don't know. I don't know. I believe in a lot of the stuff that Trey has researched. I think a lot of that stuff makes sense, but in the overall grand scheme of things, I do think that there's a lot more behind the scenes that you, me, Trey, Jordan Belfort, for that matter, does not know. Okay. So with that being said, we can sit here all night and speculate about, are they selling synthetic shares? What's the actual true short percentage? Because a lot of the information that we're going to get, on the internet could be fabricated. It could be true. The data could be old as well. So, we don't know that. So if you are a person that believes that AMC is going to squeeze, then all of the rest of the stuff in between the lines is all noise. It doesn't matter what the Wolf of Wall Street says. It doesn't matter what Jordan Belfort says. If you believe that AMC and or GameStop is going to squeeze, then you're in it till it squeezes, or you're in it till it goes all the way back down. There is no in between. There is no debate. There is no debate, which is why I have a lot of respect for Trey. I know that he's still in this trade. He's, acknowledged that he's still in the trade. He is still holding his shares. And he believes that off of his research and due diligence, that it's going to squeeze. Okay. So he's doing everything absolutely right to get ready for that squeeze. He's in now. So that way, when it does squeeze, he's going to come out on the other side of this. And obviously, every single one of us is in this game to do one thing, and that's to make money. To make money. You just have to be on the right side of the trade. So if Trey believes that this thing is going to double, if he believes that it could see 80, 90, 100, whatever the price target that he mentally has in his mind, he's going to sell at that level because he's going to make money on the trade. And as a trader and an investor, you always have to put that first. You have to take out the ideology that it's us versus them, us versus the hedgies, this, that, and the other. Because an average retail trader is not going to beat a hedge fund. You're not going to beat a big player that's going to lay down $20 million worth of bets. Okay. That's what, I'll give a very, very real example of what I'm talking about. So today I'm watching my live option scanner, and it's showing me all the big bets that are coming in, live, who's like, what stocks are getting big money, whether it be hedge funds or big players that are placing big calls and big puts on stocks. And this is coming in, live. So I see a $10.2 million bet for next week's expiration on a $12 GameStop call option. $10.2 million on a $12 GameStop call option. So basically the stock was at 180 today, trading around 180 in the low 180s. That's basically saying that they're already deep in the money. All they're looking for is to make money as the stock comes up from 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. That doesn't mean that they're expecting this thing to go to 1,000. That doesn't mean that they're expecting this thing to go to 500 by next week's expiration. If this is a 10-point move from 180 something and change to 195 on a $10.2 million call option bet expiring next week, they're going to cash out. So the point that I'm trying to make is that I know that, CNBC, Fox News, or whatever, social media, they're trying to play this whole game as if it's the retail traders, the Wall Street bettors, you know, the people on stock twits, the people on YouTube, the average investor is moving these stocks up and down. It's completely false. It's completely false. Okay? The average retail trader does not have enough cash flow to compete with the hedge funds, to compete with a multi-million dollar investor who is willing to risk $10.2 million on a $12 call option for GameStop. Just like yesterday, somebody came in for, I think, a $1.2 million call option for $40 AMC strikes. Okay, $40 AMC strikes. And I've seen this one come in, a lot over the past couple of weeks. 40 bucks, 40 bucks, 40 bucks. This one I think was for next month's expiration. I didn't pay too much attention to it. So just going back to the interview with Trey and the Wolf here, I think a lot of good things were said. I think that, a lot of good points were touched. Now, I also think that a lot of things that the Wolf said and talked about are not things that the ape community wanted to hear, are not things that the younger investor wanted to hear. But I'm 32 years old. So, I'm not going to sit here and say that I've been trading for 20 years. I'm not going to sit here and say I've been trading for 10 years. I've been trading, the past four going on 5 years now. So the majority of my time spent in the stock market has been through the Trump administration, and it has been a bull market. We have been very, very lucky. We have been very, very blessed to be able to come in, and it's allowed for new traders and new investors to make a lot of mistakes, but the overall market be so strong that you're getting corrected on your mistakes and able to come out on the right side of the trade. Okay. So we really haven't seen a bear market. The sell-off that we had in, late February and March across the NASDAQ and the big techs and the speculative stocks and the growth stocks, that's not a bear market. We touched the 200-day moving average once and bounced off. The market was still very strong. I wouldn't even call that, a serious correction. I think the NASDAQ as a whole was down like 7 or 8 points or 7 or 8% at one point in time. Collectively, we'd go down 2.5 points, gain a half a point back. We'd go down a point, gain a half a point back. So it's not like we were in free fall mode like when, COVID pandemic hit and back in March, when we seen everything selling off and the whole, a lot of these stocks lost 20, 30, 40% even. I do believe that if we do go into a bear market, I am on the side where I believe what the Wolf of Wall Street had to say. And a lot of these speculative stocks that have no revenue, have no income, they're all just based on, a hope and a dream of what the company might do 5 years from now, what the company might do 10 years from now, that those stocks will get hit the hardest and they will get slammed into the ground. I do believe that, because we can take a couple of stocks now. So I'll just give a quick, because I don't want to make this video too long. I'll give a quick example of two stocks that I know because I've personally played them. I believe in the companies. However, the overall market does not believe in those companies yet because the revenue is not there yet. The numbers are not there yet. They're growth stocks. They're highly speculative stocks. I believe that over time, if you're holding them as a long-term investor, you'll do good. If you're a trader and you can catch them at the right levels, you will do okay. A point here, 2 points there, 5 points here, but not like, I think a lot of people got spoiled with GameStop. That thing ran from $20 to $40, and then from $40 to $70, and then from $70 it shot up to like $150, and then all the way back down, right, to like around $60, $70, and then just skyrocketed, exploded at 250, 350, 400, 483, I think it touched. So I think a lot of people went in, they bought like, a ton of call options, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 call options. These people made, some people made hundreds of thousands, some people made millions of dollars. And I think you got very, very spoiled with that. That's just not the way that the stock market works. And now the term of, I see it everywhere on social media, squeeze the shorts. And they're talking about a stock that's got like 5% short interest. You're not going to squeeze the shorts when a stock's got like 5, 6, 7% short interest. You might get a gamma squeeze. You might get a short squeeze that makes the stock pop 10, 15%. Like for example, today, SOS, a lot of people on Wall Street bets are, squeeze the shorts, blah, blah, blah. This stock has got shorted down to $4.50 or whatever. Pre-market, this thing was already at $6. I think it's going to get close to touching $7. That's a squeeze. That is a squeeze. It's not going from $7 to $100 overnight. I'm not saying that it can't touch $8, $9, $10, $12. Okay, I'm not saying that, because anything can happen. We don't know if the stock's going up or down. We don't know how much it's going to go up. We don't know how much it's going to go down. Okay, but like what you got out of SOS stock today, from 450 yesterday to about 6 and change, $7 or whatever it closed at today, to me, that's a squeeze. If you got in that trade, congratulations, you made some money. Take your profits and reevaluate the trade. And if you want to get long again, you can always get long again. So yes, I do believe that if we do see any kind of financial crisis, if the the bond rates do continue to go up over time, I do think that a lot of these growth stocks, they're going to get slammed. They will lose a ton of money. So the two stocks, I'll just give two stocks that I've personally traded, both long and short. One is Skills, SKLZ. This stock a month and a half ago was $45. Today it's $17. It's over 50% down. Okay, a stock like Fubo, FUBO, was at $65 2-3 months ago. This thing is like at $20, $22, $21. Think about it. Think about it. Now, if you're a long-term investor and you're holding these two companies, personally, I think these are great companies. I think they're going to continue to grow over time. I think they're going to make a lot of money. I think, they're going to be very innovative in their space and be real players and real competitors. However, if you're looking to just wake up and make, a crap ton of cash on these stocks overnight, it could happen, but the chances are very, 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 very small. Very, very, very small. If you hold them and you let them do their thing and you let the company grow and you let them play out, I think you will be on the right side of the trade. Even if you're in Fubo at 25, 30, 35, 40, I still think you're going to make money. I think 2 or 3, 4 years from now, that stock will be over $100. It might, look at Roku. Okay. Look at Roku. Could it be the next Roku? You don't know that yet. You have to let this thing play out. So going back to the interview here, I think Trey did everything that he was supposed to do in this interview. He touched on the topics and the questions that he wanted answered. Okay, so everybody else giving their opinion, this, that, and the other, need to just stay out of it. I see a lot of comments saying this is going to sell the stock off $2. This is going to sell the stock off. This is bad sentiment for the stock. If we look at things from a very grand scheme of things, a very large scale thing of, on a large, look at it on a large like screen, right? Okay. I don't know the time that I watched the video. I could just pull it up here. Let me see. The time that I'm looking at this video, it is about 10:41 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we have 40,000 people that have seen this video as of now. Let's say tomorrow morning by pre-market, let's say we double that. Let's say that Trey's video has 40,000 people that have watched this video. Do you think that every single one of those 40,000 people that watch this video all own stock in AMC? I can guarantee you that they don't. Even if 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, let's say 80,000 people see this video by tomorrow. Let's say every single one of those 80,000 people has 5, 10 shares and everybody sold their shares off tomorrow. you are not going to move the stock. The stock is not going to crash because you seen this video and you sold it off. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay. Let me just read some of the comments. AMC is actually changing the regulations on FN stock market. Think about it, apes, not a freaking dead cat. I do agree that it's not a dead cat. I think that maybe it can squeeze. Does it see 100? I don't know. I don't know if it sees 100 or not. But I think you can make a couple bucks on it. Yeah, I do. The wolf is 100% shorting AMC in GameStop. So like comment like someone a lot, like there's a lot of people that are saying that he's shorting it, this and that and the other. You think that this guy Jordan Belfort is going to short AMC, and he's saying I'm going to come on this video interview and I'm going to short it before it gets released because I'm going to make a ton of money? Because we have to think about it. There's big players, and when I mean big players, I mean hedge funds, I mean big time, big money players on both sides of the trade, shorting it as well as going long. Do you think that Jordan Belfort, even if this guy puts up $20 million, $30 million to short this stock, you think that's going to make the stock crash? You've probably got a hedge fund that's got $100 million pumped into this stock. You think that if they really want the stock to squeeze, you think they're going to let a guy like Jordan Belfort short this stock down? It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Now, here's where that comment I just made can get misunderstood. Can Jordan Belfort come in, throw a $20, put option or $20,000 or $20 million worth of shorts and make a few points? Can this stock go from $10, $9 to $8, $7.78, and then get a bounce? It can. And during that time that it goes down 1 point, a point and a half, 2 points, a guy like Jordan Belfort or a guy with deep pockets, an investor with deep pockets, or a hedge fund that's day trading this thing on algos, they're going to make their point and a half spread, 2 point spread, and get out of the trade. Because why? They want to make money. Of course, there's hedge funds that are going to be trying to short this thing all the way down to a penny. And of course, there's hedge funds and retail investors that want to see this thing get to 1,000 and beyond. I see both sides of the story. But I do think, a lot of the people in the comments need to ease up a little bit. I know Trey is going to go ahead and make a recap video kind of explaining, his thoughts on the interview, because a lot of you guys are making comments. Personally, I don't think he has to do that. I think the man did what he wanted to with his money. I think that he got the knowledge and the education out of the interview that he wanted to. Okay? If you guys can't respect that, then it's a shame. It's a shame because he's really put a lot of work into the DD. I think he's made a lot of good points and a lot of, things that, we can take and use to our advantage on the sweat off of his back from the work that he's put in. It's just, the comments, what did, it's like, I'm not going to call anybody out, obviously, but because we all have our own opinion, we're all entitled to our own opinion. Just like this video that I'm making, it's just my opinion, it's just my opinion. But like, a lot of these comments that are made, I mean, they make no sense. Some of them, it's like, what did you want to happen? You want Jordan Belfort to come on here and be, Lord and Savior, and say that this thing is going to skyrocket to 1,000, and tomorrow we're going to wake up and the stock's going to be 1,000? Who's to say that we don't wake up tomorrow and this stock's not $15, $20? Who's to say that off of this video? Who's to say that this thing doesn't go to $25 tomorrow? We don't know. You want to know what I know? I know technical analysis good enough to know that when a stock is ready to move, it's going to confirm some levels. So let me pull up AMC. Okay. AMC has hit a high of $20.36, right? That's the high that we've seen all the way back in January. Then it sold off. It stayed in this channel here off of the 50-day moving average. Okay, this purple, or not purple, red line that I have here is the 50-day moving average. It came down, touched the 50-day moving average, and it kind of rested and consolidated here for about 2 weeks, 2 trading weeks. Okay, so for example, where would my entry point on a trade to make some money on AMC have been. My trade would have been when it crossed over the 20-day moving average. So if I draw a trend line here, here's an example of a quick day trade or swing trade that you could have taken. $6.82. $6.82 on February 22nd. All you're waiting for this to happen is for the following day or following week. You're waiting for this level, this channel of 2 weeks of consolidation to be confirmed and make an entry. So for me, this white line here is the middle Bollinger Band. I would have taken a break off of the Bollinger Band on 224, and you could have ridden this thing up if you wanted to make some quick cash, because a lot of people, that's what everyone's about. You want to make the fast dollars. You want to make your trade. You want to get in and out. You could have got in at $8 and you could have ridden this thing up in the same day to $11. You tell me you don't take 100 contracts at $8 and sell at $11 that you wouldn't have made money and been happy? Okay. Next day it goes up and goes up and it gets all the way, touches $11 again, and then sells off all the way down here to the 5-day moving average. Test the 5-day moving average once, makes a small little bump up, gets rejected at the upper Bollinger Band here, gets stuck in this channel. Okay. So when would the next move have been? When it crossed this high of day here. The next entry would have been the high of day here as a trader. $11 off the $11 break. As soon as the stock passed and confirmed $11, that would have been your entry. Even if you would have got in here on this spike and held on a swing trade, you could have got in off the break of $11. Let's just call it in the middle. Let's just say you're slow to click the mouse, and you weren't by your phone or you weren't by the computer, and you got in at, let's say, 11.69. You could have held this thing for 1, 2, 3 days and sold at 14.12. Another 3-point move. Take 10 contracts, you get a 3-point move. You're making some money. So I think at the end of the day, a lot of people who are really invested into AMC, I'm all for it. I'm all for the squeeze. If this thing does squeeze, I will look to try to catch this thing on a move. I'm not a long-term investor. That's nothing against AMC. It's just I would rather have my capital free to be able to get in and out of trades. So if you are currently holding AMC and you're unhappy with your position, well, there's other stocks that are making moves. I mean, today Amazon put in a $55 move. Google put in a $24 move. Even if you took one contract on Amazon and it's up 50 points, you would have made a couple grand on it. And if that's what you're looking to do, there's plays that are out there. Square made an 8-point move. Nvidia made an 11-point move. Facebook made a $6 move today. So are you a long-term investor? Are you looking to hold this thing long-term? Then I feel any one of these entry points would be good. I think anything off of a support would be good. Today, it's a little bit below the 5-day moving average. All I would wait to do would let this thing confirm at $10 here. Let this thing confirm at $10, and then I would get in long-term. Okay. If it doesn't confirm $10, then I would look to test, the 50 SMA and the 50 EMA either between 890 and 943. That would be an entry point. If you are solely in this trade because you believe in all of the hard work that Trey has done and all of the knowledge that he has passed along to the community, which is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. I personally watch every single one of his videos because, for one, he's very entertaining. Two, he knows what he's talking about based off of the research that he's done. And he's very personable. He's a very personable guy. So I watch a lot of the videos. If you believe in his theory and a lot of other people's theory that this thing has been shorted to death, there's synthetic shares that are being sold, you believe in the manipulation of this stock, then get in and either ride this thing to the top all the way to the moon and sell where you feel comfortable taking profits, or ride it all the way back down to $5 again. There is no in between. If you believe in the squeeze, you're in, regardless of what somebody says, like Jordan Belfort, regardless of what he says. And here's one for you. If you believe in conspiracy theories, what did he say he bought? An Aston Martin car, AMC, AMC, Aston Martin car, right? AMC. Okay, if you believe in conspiracies, $250,000 car. Could that mean he bought $250,000 worth of AMC for his wife in his wife's name or fiance's name, not his name? Could it mean that? So you get what I'm saying at? There's always a lot of speculation. I do believe that, if you are looking to make money on a long term, sure, go ahead and put your money in an index fund and just let it sit there. If you want to do your own due diligence and you want to learn how to read charts, you want to learn how to read support levels, and you want to be a day trader, you want to be a swing trader, um, just have enough knowledge to know what you're doing to be able to make your best educated decision and play it that way. If you're just looking to put $1,000 into AMC, wake up tomorrow and have that $1,000 turn into a 100,000, well, then you better have a good idea of why that could happen. And if you don't, then you're playing a fool's game, a fool's game, because there's going to be someone smarter than you on the other side of the trade. All I'm saying is we all have to, as a trader, as an investor, as you know, whatever your style of trading is, you always have to have an advantage, whether that be the right advantage or the wrong advantage. You have to have an advantage that you can use to try to make yourself some money at the end of the day. If you're unhappy that AMC and GameStop is holding, then you're in it for the wrong reason. You're in it for the wrong reason, because these highs and lows shouldn't mean anything to you until this baby pops. And when this baby pops over 2036, it's going to run, baby. It's going to run. So maybe we all wake up tomorrow and AMC is over $20. Maybe we wake up tomorrow and this thing is still here. Is it a dead cat? No, it's not. I mean, come on. If AMC was back at $2, then I would be saying it's time to give it up. A lot of life left in this stock. Heavy consolidation here after the sell. It started selling off here March 18th, sold off all the way until March 24th. And look at what happened. Look at what happened. It found support at the 50 EMA. It found support at the 50 and the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA. Found support and immediately bounced off and got rejected at the 5-day supply. Can everybody see that? If you do not believe in technical analysis, what do you believe in? What do you believe in then? It found support at the 50-day and it found resistance at the 5-day. And when it broke above the 5-day, it found resistance at the 10-day. This thing will really not break out until it crosses this upper Bollinger Band here of $14.40. It's technicals, guys. It's technicals. Look at the last time that it broke out. What did it do? It broke through the 5-day moving average, broke through the upper Bollinger Band, and it ran to $20. It tested the Bollinger Band once, dipped down below, found support at the 5-day moving average. And what did it do? It bounced through again. And when it finally gapped down, it needed to find some sort of support here. And it found that support at the 50-day moving average. I would not be concerned with AMC going down whatsoever until it breaks this 50 moving average. Until it breaks the 50 moving average, which it has not done since, I mean, you'd have to really go back here. Since back in December, January, it's been above. So is AMC still in play? Yes. Did Trey put on a great interview? Yes. I commend this dude. Did Jordan Belfort ramble on and go from topic to topic, Bitcoin this, and I predicted the short squeeze that? Of course. Okay, but like that's who he is. What are you gonna knock the guy because that's who he is? Everybody knows how he is before this interview even took place. It's not like nobody knew the way this guy was. I mean, it's what he gave an interview best to his ability. Let's just say that the questions that were asked, he answered them and gave his own opinion. Okay, nothing wrong with the interview. If you have not checked out and you just randomly stumbled across this video, which I do not have a lot of subscribers, I don't have a lot of views, but if you randomly stumbled upon this video, Go check out Trey Trades' channel if you are interested in AMC. This dude's got the works on his channel. He breaks down everything a lot better than I can because I'm just a technical trader. I just read the charts and move with price action. I let price action confirm and I take small trades um, to the up and to the downside. So, but if you're really interested in the AMC stock, check out his channel. He puts out a lot of really good information on there. And if you believe that this is not a dead freaking cat, then you're coming up here on support where you would want to buy. You're coming up at support at the 50 EMA and SMA where you would want to buy. You're also looking for a break above this Bollinger Band here at 1145. A break above 1145, this thing's going to touch 14. A break above 1145, this thing's going to touch 14. A break below 9, you're going to see 8. Okay? Right now, it's stuck. It's stuck in this channel. It's stuck between, the lows of 973 and 1121. 973, 1121. It's stuck in this range. Until it confirms price action above or below, it's going to continue to consolidate and stay in this range. Okay? Great interview. I just wanted to pass on my thoughts, guys. Easy on the comments. There's no need for, the bashing. There's no need for, the downgrading. Guys, we're all in this business to make money. However that is that you do it, and however that if your reason or your way of making money is different than someone else's, it doesn't make it wrong. Okay, it doesn't make it wrong. If someone is in it for the speculation, they're in it for the speculation. If someone is in it for long term, they're in it for long term. If someone is a day trader or a swing trader, then they're a day trader or a swing trader because that's what they're comfortable with. Everybody has their own style of trading. Everybody's obvious goal is to make money. So until next time, guys, I hope you guys all have a great night. And I hope AMC skyrockets past 2036 for the whole community. And we can, everybody can make some money on this thing. Until next time, guys, have a good one.